told your friend you're not okay.
You opened your eyes slowly with a smile when chirping sound of birds came through your room window. The soft rays of sun fell on your face. You stirred and sit on the bed while rubbing your both eyes softly. You glanced at the wall clock and your eyes widened and jaw dropped looking at the time. It was around 8 o'clock and you had to be in a June's company for an interview at 7:30 o'clock. You were half an hour late from the time you had given to reach the office for a job interview. It's probably your 50th job here in Seoul, but you are so lucky that sometimes you are kicked out due to reaching late, or sometimes oldie boss don't like you when you disobey them. Well, you don't disobey them actually in work, but almost every one of them try to or gave you their number to meet them. But you as a good girl always denied, that's why you are always finding difficulty to get a job. You applied in a June's company for 2 days ago and today you were called for an interview. Your qualification is good enough to call you for interviews. You have heard a lot about June's company and you have surely high expectations from this company. It was one of the most successful businessman company here in the Korea, which is run by June's son, Jun Jungkook, who has taken the company to the heights of success. Saying this won't be wrong that your whole life depends on this job. You got up and rushed to the bathroom to take a quick shower. You came back to your bedroom after 5 minutes and throwing the towel on the bed, you walked to the dressing table to get ready. You left your hair down in its natural waves. Your face needed nothing as it would always glow because of your beautiful smile which can win anyone's heart. But you always apply light pink tint on your lips and same on your cheeks while going out. You wore a black short skirt along with a black tank top and also grabbed your jacket for an extra safety. You smiled looking at yourself in the mirror and then walked to the downstairs. You were running out of time, but still you didn't want to leave for the interview on empty stomach. You toasted bread and taking out milk from the fridge, you poured it into your glass and then started having your breakfast after sitting on the counter chair. I am afraid that probably I will lose this job too as usual, you said to yourself while eating a toast. You then took a warm water bottle from the fridge and went out after locking the main door and double checking it. The cold breeze was blowing that made the people shiver and let themselves to sleep in a warm cozy blanket. There was no vehicle on the road this time, but you heard an old lady yelling at the shopkeeper who was asking her for more money, but instead of giving him money, she was only making noise. You let out a deep sigh and then rolling your eyes, you took out a phone from your bag with earphones plugged in your ears. Now it feels better, you said to yourself. But soon a groan left your mouth when your eyes fell on your second-hand car with the paint faded away. Reaching it, you hopped into it and whined dramatically as you turned up the heat in your second-hand car, driving it to the company. Suddenly it started raining, which made you let out a sigh sarcastically. Bravo! If there is something left to test my patience, please come in. I am waiting eagerly for you, you said loudly to yourself while honking the horn. 15 minutes passed and your car was parked outside the big window company. Well, saying big would be understatement. It was gigantic. You ran towards the building in a pouring rain while cursing yourself for not catching an umbrella. It was a rainy season and you had also watched on the TV last night that rain alert has been issued in your area. But still you forgot to catch an umbrella before leaving for an office. No one can beat you, Vayani, in making your life destructive, you said, laughing with the sarcasm. Rubbing your both hands to keep them warm, you were about to step inside the company, but your eyes fell on a small coffee shop which was right beside the office. With the thought of grabbing a freshly brewed coffee and sipping it while walking to the office, you ran to the shop and taking a warm cup of Americano, you rushed back to the office. You were late on your first day of job as an assistant. I really worked hard to get this job, so I didn't want to lose it, you thought to yourself. You were running briskly in your high heels while holding a cup of coffee in your hands, but unfortunately your leg slipped and you fell directly on the person's face. Your eyes widened and you had mentally slapped yourself for slipping. He was a good looking man, his eyes, features, handsome face could attract anyone, but ignoring his face, your jaw dropped when you saw his white t-shirt was stained because of the coffee which you spilled over him. What made you more afraid was that the coffee was hot too. Because of fear, you picked up the empty cup and hid it behind your back. I'm sorry, I didn't do that intentionally, you said, feeling embarrassed as you tried to get up. But soon you were pulled back. Why not? He pulled you back. He was a young boy who had nothing to do with his shirt, but he was impressed by your innocent, beautiful face. You put me in trouble, but never mind. I will let you go on one condition, he said, looking at his shirt and then staring into your eyes. You looked at him confused and tried to get up but couldn't. You will have to bow down at me and say sorry every time you see me in the office. Roger that, he said, biting his lip. You looked at him, furrowing your eyebrows. Honestly, anyone could mesmerize by him, but not you. As you got up somehow and you bowed at him. I'm sorry, you mumbled as an innocent girl while looking down at the floor. Ianwo let out a smirk, staring at you. I liked it. You gave him a confused look from behind, and shrugging off his thoughts from your mind, you rushed to the receptionist. Hey, my name is YN. Will you please tell me where Mr. Jungkook's cabin? You asked, tapping on the reception counter. The lady didn't look up from her mobile phone, which made you groan. Excuse me, can you please give me a minute? You asked politely as you didn't want to act rude. The receptionist looked at you, furrowing her eyebrows. What's your problem? Can't you understand that I don't want to listen to you? She said coldly, looking at you from head to toe while giving you a jealous look. Maybe she saw you with Eunwoo, that's why she was behaving like that. Of course, she was not one of the obsessed. I'm sorry, but I came here for interview. It will be really nice of you if you let me know Mr. Jungkook's cabin, he said quite softly as you were not in a mood to fight with her. What if I don't tell you? She said, raising her eyebrows while giving you a disgusting look. No worries then, I will find it myself, you said, giving her a cheeky smile. Though she called you several times that Jeon Jungkook was in an important meeting, but thinking that she might be lying, you walked upstairs to search for his cabin. Finally, after searching for 10 minutes, you saw a board which had written CEO Jeon Jungkook in a bold writing. You smiled before knocking on the door. Taking a deep breath, you knocked on a door but no response. You then thought for a while and then again knocked on a door. I think I should open it myself, you thought to yourself. You placed your hands on the door handle, took a deep breath, and opened the door, walking in. Your eyes widened in a shock and mouth wide open when you saw Eunwoo standing there while Jungkook was sitting on a chair beside him. Your eyes fell on Jungkook, and that moment you realized that how difficult it would be for you to work for this man. He was looking breathtakingly handsome. You had not seen anyone more handsome than the man on which your eyes were laid on. Jungkook stared at you for a moment and scrunching his eyebrow he looked at Yeonwoo, who was busy staring at you with eyes brighter. You here? I didn't expect that we will meet so early. He said, scratching his hair in a way. But you didn't hear what he said to you because your all focus was on Jung Jungkook. Do you have no manners to knock on the door before entering in? He said coldly, looking straight into your eyes. I'm sorry, sir, but I knocked on the door several times, but as nobody asked me to come in, so I had to come myself. I really need this job. Please, sir, don't reject me for such a minor mistake. You said with your innocent cat eyes. He gave you a warm smile. Jungkook glared at Yeonwoo and then gestured him to go out, on which he whined dramatically and then winking at you for one last time. He left the cabin, waving goodbye to you. Feeling embarrassed, you looked down. It was your job interview in such a big company, and here you have messed up everything. I'm extremely sorry, sir, but I promise I will not enter in until you permit. You said and looked at him for some kind. Okay, then sit here and tell me about yourself, he said, putting the file on the desk while you gave him a wide smile and then sat down on the chair nervously. With a shaky hand, you put your qualification info file on his desk. And then you cleared your throat dramatically. My name is YN. I am 20 years old and I have been living in a Seoul for more than 5. Okay, Miss YN, tell me what made you want to work in Jion's company, he asked, putting his hands on his face while staring at you. I felt that it will be a great opportunity to work under your guidance and your company also offers a good pay. That's also my reason to work here. Your company is not far away from my house also. It took me approximately 15 minutes to reach it. If I get this job, I will make sure to help a company in any way I could. My heart is not coming in a control since the time Miss Ryan entered my cabin. She is so beautiful and cute that I can't let my heart to come back to its very normal beat. I never felt something like this for any girl which I am feeling right now for Ryan. It's my first time seeing her and it looks like that I see her every day, every minute, every hour. I feel that I fall in love with her innocent face. I'm not listening to her at all. I'm just staring at her face. Though once I tried to look at her soft lips, but I had to resist myself. I am trying to make my heartbeat understand that I am cold and rude. And I can't develop feelings for any girl, but this brought out of man in not listening to me, and butterflies running in my stomach like a rocket runs in the sky. But I couldn't let this reveal to her because she would leave this job if I continued staring at her like this. I am surprised that why a girl like her couldn't find a job, but sooner I realized that destiny wanted us both to meet. Ryan, I hope you get what I mean. You said, tapping your heels on the floor nervously. You didn't know what to say, so you said what came into your mind. That's why you were feeling afraid. Does my first make you feel nervous, Miss Ryan? He gave you a cold stare to maintain his cold composure. Yes, sir. No, I'm fine. You said, and playing with the strand of your hair, you looked all around to hide your blushing face. His cabin was extravagant and he had big windows where you could see most of the Seoul. The view was stunning and you started imagining that how it would look at night time when all the lights were on. You then looked at Jungkook and your legs turning into jelly when you saw him staring at you. Mr. Jungkook, I am sorry if I annoyed you, but I really need this job. Please consider once more before kicking me out, you said with a pleading eyes. Hey, why I will kick you off from Miss Yin? Where you may go now and yeah, be on time tomorrow for working as my personal secretary. Okay, he said, giving you a warm smile. You got flinched after hearing that as you looked at him in a disbelief and put your hands on your mouth to not scream in overexcitement. Are you serious, Mr. Jungkook? I mean, I have been employed here in such a big company. You are squealing like a small baby. Yes, you are, and now go back to your house and remember to reach in time, he said, clearing his throat dramatically. You looked at him with a toothy grin and then bowed at him before leaving his cabin. You have left his cabin, but Jungkook was not able to smiling as he was grinning ear to ear and trying hard not to blush. It's been almost a month that you have been working in his office and experiencing a strange kind of feeling around him. Both of you are in love, even you both had shared a kiss. But you both hesitate to take initiative. Jungkook tried to confess to you several times, but every time his shyness comes between, but now he can't hold it. He really wants to confess to you sooner. There is too much stuff to do. So many files are scattered around my table, but I am all blushing potato. I'm not able to put my feet down on the floor as today we shared a second kiss. While I was blushing, thinking about Jungkook, I felt a gentle pat on my shoulder. I looked back and saw that boy in you after one whole month. It was my second time meeting him in an office. As far as I know, Inwo had been sent to a business trip for a month and now he has finally came back. Hey girl, it's nice to see you here. You look pretty in this skirt, he whispered near my ear. I rolled my eyes and gathering some files, I tried to walk to Jungkook's cabin but I was interrupted by Inwo again. He looked at me with a smirk and then leaning to me, he said something to catch the attention of everyone in the office. You are forgetting something, cutie pie, he said, raising his eyebrows. That moment I remembered that I will have to bow down at him while saying sorry every time I will see him around. To be honest, I was feeling little awkward to bow down at him and say sorry in front of the bunch of the people because they didn't know why I was saying sorry to him. They would surely make false notion in their mind after seeing me like that, but I had no other option, so I bowed down at him and mumbled sorry, feeling little embarrassed. It's not a big deal, cutie pie. Now you can go to Jungkook's cabin, he said, rubbing my hair. Before I urged to push him away, I gathered some more files and walked hurriedly to Jungkook's cabin with foot stomping. You knocked on the door and waited till he said you to come in. You walked over to his desk and putting the files on the desk and without saying a word, you stepped a bit forward to go back to your desk, but suddenly you were pulled. Why you let Yeonwoo? Why you bowed at him? Why you said sorry to him? He said with eyes fueled with jealousy. I think he saw everything, but why he is behaving like this? You thought to yourself when a gasp left your mouth, making your eyes widen. You were so shocked that you didn't respond, which made Jungkook crazy as he glared at you. You belong to me, and I don't want anyone else to lay his eyes on you, got it? He said and ran his finger in your hair. You knew that he was jealous, which made you feel little bad for him because you knew that if you found him in the same situation, you wouldn't tolerate either. put your hands around and staring into your eyes, you said, "There is no one more handsome than you, and I only love you. I can't think of someone else except you," you said to him. Jungkook got stunned after hearing the word as he pulled you closer while staring into your eyes. But all of a sudden, a door knocked, making Jungkook shut his eyes in disbelief. "I won't open the door," he said and was about to. But you pushed him away teasingly and asked him to open the door. "You will have to pay most expensive thing for this," he said, pointing at you, and then opened the door. Blushing heavily, you walked out the door, making him. You were in the living room watching a TV when a doorbell rang. You got up, putting the remote on the table. You walked to the main door. Your eyes opened wide while heartbeat raced intensively faster when you opened the door. It was a Jungkook with a smirk around his lips. "It's time to pay Miss Lee Yin," he said, biting his lips. Before you could say something, up in his muscular arms and then took you to your room, which was upstairs. You felt that your whole world shake when he made you bounce on the bed. "Stamped on you," he said with that. After